and welcome to this video. Today we want to start a new chapter, which is the binomial theorem. Okay, what is binomial? This sum a plus b can be classified as a binomial. Why? Because it is based on two terms. What is by? By means 2, and any expression which is in the form of a plus b power n can be expressed as what? Can be expressed as power of binomial. To understand the concepts of binomial theorem, we have to understand combinations. And for combinations, first we should study what is a factorial notation and how we can solve some questions which are related to this notation. Okay, what is the definition? What is the mathematical definition for factorial notation? It's like for n can be what? N should be greater than 1, n factorial is what? Is the product of n positive integers, and the symbol which is used for factorial is like this. This is the symbol of factorial. Like you have n factorial, it means what? It means n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to so on to 12 3 into 2 into 1. Like for example, if you have 5 factorial, how we can solve it? It means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. It can also be written like this, n factorial, and can also be written it like n into n minus 1 factorial. Like you have 5 factorial, you can also write it like 5 into 4 factorial. Why? Because 4 factorial will be what? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. Now, using these concepts, let us solve some questions. Like what sort of questions can be from this? First one is like this: find 5 factorial. What is that? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So we can times them, like 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60, 62s are 120. So the answer should be 120. One simple question can be like this. Examiner can also ask you to like express in factorial form. He can give you some number and he can ask you to write in factorial form numbers on expression like 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. What is this? It is basically what? 4 factorial. It can also be like this, like 6 into 5. Express this into factorial form. We cannot write it 6 factorial, because if it was 6 factorial, it should be like 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. But we have only 6 into 5. So in that case, how can we solve this type of question? To make it a factorial, we should have all the numbers here, all the values till 1. So we assume like 6 into 5. Let's say we multiply 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Now this is not the part of question. If you are multiplying it, you have to divide it also. So we can say multiply and divide 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. What makes it now? This is basically what? 6 factorial, and this is what? 4 factorial. So what's the answer of this? 6 factorial over 4 factorial. Let's solve some more practice questions. Let's we have this question: 9 into 8 into 7 divided by what? 3 into 2 into 1. We have to write it what? We have to write it in factorial form. Now again, you have to analyze the question. This is starting from 9. So what should I do so it becomes 9 factorial? So I can write it like this: 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. You write like this, like 6 into 5, or you also write like 6 into 5. Both are the same expressions. Now the thing is that this is not the part of question. This is you multiplied from your own, so you have to divide it also. So you can say like 6 into 5 into 3 into 2 into 1. Also you have what? Into 3 into 2 into 1. So this becomes what? This is what? This we have, it is 9 factorial. And what is the denominator? This is what? This is 6 factorial. And this is what? This is 3 factorial. So this is the factorial form. So we got our answer. What was we looking for? This is like one question that can be from factorial notations. Or what can other type of questions be? One question can be like this format. We have like want to solve it 7 factorial over 6 factorial. So how can we solve? We can use the definition. We said that we can write, if we have n factorial, we can write it like n into n minus 1 factorial. If you see this is 7 factorial, can I write it like 7 into 6 factorial? And the denominator is also 6 factorial. So this 6 factorial cancels and we get what? We get 7 as our answer. Let's solve another one, another example. 10 factorial over 8 factorial times 2 factorial. So to solve it, we can use this definition. Because it's n factorial, it's 8 factorial. I can convert 10 factorial into 8 factorial. How? Like this. Denominator is what? 8 factorial times 2 factorial is what? 2 into 1. So 8 factorial cancels 8 factorial. What I get? I get 90 over 2, which is what? Which is 45. Now let's solve some questions without numbers. Let's say we want to solve this one. We have n factorial over n minus 1 factorial. We want to remove the factorial. Like the question will be like simplify without using a calculator. In the above part, this will be only simplify. Like these questions are without calculator. Now how to solve this one? We know that n factorial can be written as what? N into n minus 1 factorial, and the denominator is already what? N minus 1 factorial. So this can cancel because it's multiplication. You can cancel. So the answer is what? N. Let's take another example. Let's we have n plus 2 factorial over n factorial. How to solve this one? See, this is n plus 2. What will be the next number from n plus 2? If I minus 1, because in factorial we do what? We minus 1. Like if it's 5 factorial, we do like 5 minus 1 is 4, then 3, then 2, like this. If it's n plus 2, next one will be what? N plus 1, and next one will be what? N factorial divided by what? N factorial. So n factorial cancels with n factorial. We are left with what? N plus 2 into n plus 1. This is our answer. Okay, let's do one more question. It is like how to solve this one. N plus 1 factorial over n minus 1 factorial. It is simple. This n plus 1, same way we can solve. Like it is n plus 1. Next one will be what? N, and then n minus 1 factorial divided by what? N minus 1 factorial. Those which cancels. So we are left with what? N into n plus 1. So this is a brief introduction lecture based on how to do questions which are related to factorials, because these factorials are needed in binomial expression and theorems. So we wanted to start this chapter with factorial notations. So in the next video we are going to talk about binomial expansion, like how we can solve, or what is binomial expansion, like how we can solve the higher powers of a plus b. This is the next target we will focus on the next part. Before going to this video, make sure you understand about the factorial, solve some more questions if you want, and then come to the next part. Thank you so much guys. Thank you so much for your time. See you next time.